Hello everyone, I'm Silent Death, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, Science Harder Campaign. Today, we're going to start with a few scans of Minimus. We have an altimetry scan, a biome scan, and a resource scan, all to do. Also, we want to reman our Minimus station, so we're going to see if we can't combine those two. We do have a Minimus taxi. Okay, here is our Minimus taxi. Crew space for 4 should be enough. We have life support for 158 days. Plenty. Now we're going to want to add on some satellites to do the actual scans. So we have our fuzzy satellite. Plop that there. And we will modify this satellite, since it should have enough delta V to do its plane change and stuff. So we need to have the other types of resource scans. There's an altimetry sensor. That means we just need one more. That would be... which type of resource scan do we need? The low res or the high res? Okay, that one is the correct one. Biome scan should just be the normal thing. So the multispectral scanner can go right about there. And then it'll just be a matter of changing orbits, hopefully. Though we may want to adjust our fairings a little bit. Possibly a lot. And let's see if we can't actually get to Minimus. So make sure that you're not going to trigger at the wrong time. Alright, that looks fine. All that stuff looks fine. You have your antenna, I hope? Yes. Good. Alright, we've already got an SAS there. We'll probably go with some kind of a bigger, gianter thruster. Something like the skipper to get us off the ground, which means we're going to need some kind of adapter. I don't know what kind of adapters we have, or even where they are. Engines, fuel tanks, maybe? Procedural ore tank. Radio holding tank. None of those are what we're looking for. Maybe we just don't have that tech yet. Structural, perhaps? I think that's a tiny one, yep. Okay. Maybe you can do an adapter for us? Let's see. Diameter. That's just textures. Can I change the shape? I thought I could. Maybe I just don't have that option yet. Here are some adapters. Coupler, decoupler. Alright, it looks like we're going to have to go with the 1.25 or whatever they are engines, unless we just do something really odd. And eat the air resistance. I don't think we have anything else we can do. Nope, that won't work. You'd think there would be something around in here. Ah well. Vertitron? Okay, that's probably should be in a different thing. Looks like we've gotten some new technologies. Service bay. Okay, moving on. Let's just start cramming in some of these. See how much oomph that gives us. It's not bad. Some weird thing there. We're getting closer. I wonder, can I make this base bigger? No. Ah well. I think we might want to go asparagus for the rest of this to get us the rest of the way in orbit and out of orbit. What's your ISP again? .280 to 320? Okay, I think we can pull this off. We will just slap on some asparagus sages around here. I think we'll go with 6. Alrighty then. End up going with 8 asparagus boosters and trying out a new mod, Auto Asparagus. So I let that do all that for me, and hopefully it worked. Added a whole bunch of struts going to there, struts going up and down here, struts going between the 2.5 meter and the heat shield there, more struts up and down here to try to hold in the satellite. Now we're going to want to add some gravity detectors. We will put these, yeah, let's put them near. Let's make sure it's not actually getting on top of that. I want 2 of them. I want this to be in mirror mode, right next to the door here, so they can just pop out and grab them. And that will allow us to do our gravity scans of the moon. Not the moon, but Minmus. And then we can attach them to our Minmus lander. Which means we're going to need some crew. Why are you... Okay, that's weird. Judrick Herman, you can be our pilot. Actually, which one is this? I don't know. I'm assuming that it's going to go from top to bottom, so I'm going to put him down in the bottom. Let's see who we have here. Tombus can be our engineer. So we'll go in the first one. Actually, let's go ahead and put him there. We'll have a scientist. Rungar can be there, and then another scientist. How about Kemsen? A good scientist. That'll work there. Now we need to take care of the fairing right here. So I have to go down to our fairing base, right click on that. And let's zoom out a bit. We want to beef up this. That looks good. It should also help with drag, I guess. So our fairings, I think, are in here. Let's go with a conic one, I think. We want 2 of these. And if we can just get this placed. Okay, there's a little placing thing. Alright, that works. A little bit big. But our struts can go through it, so that's fine. Anything else we need to do? We have that. Boosters. We have Kerbal Engineer. We have pilots. We have enough Delta V probably to get there. Let's see, I guess we need to make sure this is staged properly. I want you to be somewhere up in here. Right about there. And it's occurred to me that we're going to need to go straight into a polar orbit. So we won't be dropping this off as soon as I thought I would. But we should still be okay. Alright, I don't see anything else we need to do right off the top of my head. There's probably something that I'm forgetting. But I don't know what it is. So let's go to space today. I remember what I was forgetting, and that is some launch clamps. How about like that? And also I had to adjust this for Atmo. We didn't have enough thrust to weight with it in Atmo, though we had enough in vacuum. Something to consider. We don't have very much thrust to weight. That's going to be an issue. Hopefully once we get higher things will improve. Right, let's launch it now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, you can do it. A very slow liftoff. We're only at 4 frames per second. Okay, we are climbing at 12 times speed. There goes the solid boosters blowing up and a few hitting the ground. Our first asparagus stage already separating at a mere 2 kilometers above the surface or above sea level. This is really slow. Doing a very gentle gravity turn, I'm concerned that the craft is so long it might flip over, and also it's kind of hard to do a gravity turn with the game running so slow. As you may have noticed, I have updated it to 1.0.5, which is causing some of these problems, I think. I'm not sure what mod it is, or if it is a mod. There's something on the forums that says that it might be the game itself having a bit of a problem with their engine overheating due to the new thermal thingamdoopers. And we didn't put any radiators on here. So we're going to be a little bit close getting ourselves in orbit. Shooting for 1 minute time to apoapsis. Shut down the main thruster. Let it cool for a bit. Then there goes the last asparagus stages, along with the weight from the fairings to help us go faster. We might just get into orbit. We have quite a long burn to go. 10 seconds until our burn, and we've only dropped about 100 Kelvin. Getting hot, and we had to shut it down. A little bit more, drop down to 80. There we go again. Drop down to about 70 now. Eventually we should be able to pull this off. We'll try just keeping the engine so it doesn't overheat. And we have an APO. Circularizer orbit. We're in orbit. Minimus is over here, so we're going to have to shoot for an intercept over in this direction. We will add a maneuver, add our ascending node. Get that to about 950-ish. Alright, so that's going to put us kind of close. We will do a number of orbits. Mini orbits. 3 days, 4 days. Oh, now we're hitting the moon. Hopefully we don't hit it on the other side. I guess it won't matter if we hit it on the other side. Alright, so let's focus on Minimus and see where we're coming in. So I want to maybe adjust this a tiny bit. So that we're coming in polarish, which looks pretty good right about there. I think that'll work. Decent periapsis. Okay, I like that. Go ahead and lock on our node. I think there's some kind of bug going on that's causing low frame rate, not just the parts. Because we have this thing going on here, just somewhere inside of the planet. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. I don't know what contract that is, but obviously there's a bug going on there. Don't know if it's one of ours. But it doesn't really matter. We shall return when it is time to burn. And we're burning. We should probably go ahead and extend the solar panels too, which I believe is that hotkey. We'll leave the other stuff alone for now. Of course, we have enough battery power to probably make it all the way to Minmus without having to worry about anything. But this is going to be a bit of a burn, so let's fast forward through it. Okay, now we'll use RCS to tweak our burn a little bit. Not that way. Let's see if we can't get right underneath it. Switch to fine controls. That looks pretty freaking good to me. But it looks like we aren't going to be arriving at Minmus until after our dress probe gets there. And that's going to be a whole episode in and of itself. So let's see if there's anything else we can do this episode. Our moon base has a fair amount of science. Which we will transmit. Or try to. Do we have an antenna on this? We may not. That would not be good. I thought I had an antenna. There's an antenna there. It says we're connected, so why can't we transmit? Maybe we need to stop the research first, then transmit the science. Alright, for some reason we can't transmit science. Or maybe it is trying to transmit, it's just not giving us a message. It's not using any power. Alright, we'll just let that keep going and maybe we'll come back to this. I guess there's still some issues with updating. So we will end this episode here and I will see if I can find the remaining issues. Like if you like. Subscribe if you're not. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. I do read all the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.